All right, so now we're going to look more in detail at how to prepare ourselves to give rebuttals during a round. So first of all, I just want to remind you of a couple things. If you're affirmative, you get 2 rebuttal speeches. You have the 1AR, which is after the negative case. Okay, that's the third speech of the round. And you have the 2AR, which is after the negative rebuttal. And the 2AR is the last speech of the round. Those are your 2 rebuttal speeches on affirmative. If you're negative, you get 2 rebuttals. You get a rebuttal at the end of your neg case. So after the affirmative gives his affirmative case, then you give your negative case, and at the end of the negative case, you give your first rebuttal. And then you also get a whole speech for your rebuttal, the NR speech, the negative rebuttal speech, after the 1AR and before the 2AR. Okay, so it's AF case, neg case with the neg rebuttal, 1AR, NR, 2AR. Okay, that's when you're going to be using these skills for these rebuttals. So the point of this video is that we're going to start preparing some arguments you can use. You see, it's okay to pre-write what you're going to say in rebuttals to some degree. You can have a piece of paper that says, if they argue this, I'm going to say that. If they say this, I'm going to respond with that. It's okay to do that. And as a beginner, in fact, I would encourage you to do that so you don't get lost during your round. So that's what we're going to do in this section. So let's start, excuse me. Let's start with the affirmative rebuttals. So rebuttals when you are affirmative. So what I want you to do is go onto your computer, create 2 Microsoft Word documents. One of them I want you to call 1AR. Okay, the file name is 1AR. The other file name is 2AR. So you have a 1AR document and you have a 2AR document. Okay, so let's start with the 1AR document. So open the 1AR document up, and I want you to organize that document. And if I'm going too fast, feel free to pause the video as you're doing all this. But basically, organize the 1AR document. I want you to have 3 sections. You can make 3 sections in this document. One section of arguments against the neg case. Okay, that's the first section. The second section is one section defending your case against what the negative might say against you. And the third section is going to be a 30-second summary. And I'll put those on the screen in case it's confusing. So section 1, arguments against the neg case. Section 2, defending your case against the negative. And third is the summary, okay? All right. Now, what I want you to do is think of some generic arguments you might be able to run against the other side during your rebuttal speeches. So if you're affirmative, think of some generic arguments you might be able to run against the negative. And you don't have to do this now. If it's too hard, you can do it after the video. But this is what I want you to do at some point. Or you can think of arguments against other specific arguments you think the negative might run. Sometimes you can have a generic argument against any value the neg might possibly run. So, for example, if your value on AF, which I guess doesn't really make sense for the fair trade versus free trade resolution because fair trade is affirmative. But just play along with me and say for some strange reason your value is prosperity on affirmative. You can have something in this section 1 that says, quote, my opponent's value of blank is not the highest value in the round. Look at Greece, for example. Greece had blank, but Greece went bankrupt. They lacked prosperity, so it didn't matter, end quote. So you can put almost any value into these blanks and you have some kind of argument using this example of Greece as how the opponent's value is bad. Now, this isn't actually the best argument. It isn't the best example to use, but if you need something, you could use something like that just to give you some sort of example. So make these sort of generic arguments against your opponent's case. Put this in section 1 of the 1AR document, the section against defending your case against what they might wait a minute. Yeah, put this in the first section of the 1AR document, or you want to put this in the section where you're sort of attacking the negative case. Sorry, section 1 is attacking arguments against the negative case. All right, the second thing I want you to do is pretend you're negative. Okay, pretend you're negative, and then try to attack your affirmative case while pretending you're negative. Try to rip your affirmative case to shreds best you can with arguments while pretending that you're negative. You're trying to destroy your own case. Afterwards, take all the problems you found with your affirmative case and either seal up those problems in the case or come up with some sort of adequate response that you could give against those arguments in your rebuttal speech and write those arguments in the 1AR rebuttal document in section 2 of defending your case against what your opponent might say. And this is actually a very, very good strategy as to making sure your case is really strong. If you attack it yourself, you attack your case, you seal up all the problems you find, at the end you end up with a bulletproof case. The best way to make your case better is to just hammer all these holes in it, try to attack it. So don't be discouraged if you find a lot of holes. Every case, including the ones that win, have lots of holes in them. I made it to nationals with my cases. They had plenty of holes. You can ask my opponents, they'll tell you all about it. So it's okay if you have a lot of holes, that's normal. Okay, that doesn't mean your case is bad or that you're dumb or anything. It's normal to have a lot of holes in your case. As long as you can find a response for all the holes, which is what we're doing, then you'll be absolutely fine. All right, the third thing I want you to do, write 2 summaries of your case. I just want 2 30-second summaries, just a 30 seconds long summary of what your case is saying, or a short paragraph. So you could just run through your case, say, today we've seen this, we've looked at these examples and these contentions, and we've seen this, and that's why I asked you to vote for my side. So just write 2 of those summaries, put 1 summary in the 1AR document in the 3rd section, the summary section. Now I want you to go and open up your 2AR document and put a summary in there as well. I want you to read these summaries every round. During like the last 30 seconds of your 1AR and 2AR, grab that sheet, go to that section and read the summary off. Because it really helps the judges if you remind them at the end of the round what you said in the beginning of the round so that they don't forget, and that makes sure they remember, and it's really helpful. And sometimes there have been rounds I've won where I won solely because of my summary. So that pretty much covers the 1AR document. Now the 2AR document, if you want, you can do the sections 1 and 2 that we did in the 1AR. You can do that in the 2AR document too. You can have a section of arguments against the negative case, arguments defending my case if you want to. Keep in mind though that this is for 2AR. This is at the end of the round. You already had 1AR. Most of your arguments were probably made in the 1AR. Sometimes it's okay if you only just want to have the summary in the 2AR. I didn't really have sections 1 and 2 in the 2AR, I just had a summary. So it's really up to you. And so now you're going to have these kind of databases that you can look at for your rebuttals. Databases of if your opponent says this, you can say that. Arguments you can make during the round. You can have that in the round. You're going to be adding to this database throughout the year. You can add more stuff. Your list of possible arguments should be getting longer and longer. So your homework is to just begin writing those documents. And then for neg, do the same thing for negative. Create an NR document. The only difference for neg is put the arguments against AF case section, so the arguments attacking your opponent's case, you actually want to move that. Don't put that in NR. Put that at the end of your negative case, because you start attacking the AF case at the end of your negative case. That's the only difference. And if this is confusing to you, I'm going to put I think a handout with instructions on this, which you can refer to as you go throughout this process. So in the next video, we're going to explore some other cool things about LD, but that's it for now. Thanks.